I've wanted to run 12 volt power up into this rooftop tent for a while now, and I've also wanted to do it on a cheap, tight budget. I think I've managed to do a really good job using some cheap components and leftover parts from other kits. I've added lots of functionality and it looks super neat and tidy. Check out how easy this would be in your setup. Now the first thing I need to do is run power to the tent itself. I'm going to take advantage of the fact we've already installed a 12 volt control box, which means there's pre-wired switches that are already fused. Now if you want to run your own as a separate setup, you'll need to get a fuse and fuse holder and a switch so you can turn the whole system on and off. Of course, you're going to need some wiring as well, and rather than buy twin core cable and a couple of quick connect plugs, I've bought myself a solar extension lead. It means it's pre-wired and easier to work with. I'm going to cut about 1.5 meters of this cable, which is right for this setup. Obviously check your vehicle before you cut. Now I'm going to need to run this from the roof rack down through the headboard and into the control box. Let's get it started. I've mounted the quick connect plug here under the corner of the roof rack. I'm adding corrugated tubing to the outside of the cable, then positioning it under the corner of the roof rack. Then I'm using some tough adhesive plus cable ties to keep it tidy. After that, I've fed it through the cable grommet and into the canopy. Opening up the control box reveals the 5 pre-wired switches, so all I need to do is strip my wires and add a spade terminal to the positive and a ring terminal to the negative. A good crimp and some heat shrink and they're ready to go. The negative goes anywhere on the negative bus bar and the positive goes to the switch. Remember, if you're using your own setup, you'll need to add a fuse. Because this is pre-fused, I'm going to take it out so nothing is live while I'm working. With the power and earth wires run from the 12 volt control box through the headboard and up under the roof rack, I can focus on power in the rooftop tent itself. So for that, I'm going to use the other side of my solar extension lead. Now the beauty of doing it this way is that when you rock up to camp, it's really easy to plug in your power, and once you need to pack up, you can just feed it back in. Now my thinking is I'm going to use my power input into here and then connect it to a little 12 volt distribution box. That'll slide really nicely under the frame of the tent, which means it's out of the way, but I've still got one central location where all the power can come from. Now to make this setup adaptable, I'm going to build a tiny distribution box that's going to sit just inside the rooftop tent so we can power multiple accessories from the one input. The first step is to get a small enclosure, a couple of binding posts or terminals, then you'll need some drill bits that'll match your wire diameter, and some glue is optional. And then some ring terminals which will join back onto these. Test fit your binding posts to see which way they'll work best. I've decided to run the wire in one of the short edges like this as it'll tuck away easier, but of course your setup might be different. I've drilled a pilot hole, then the larger hole to suit my cable. And I'm using an offcut as a guide to be 100% sure my layout will work. Using super glue gives you a strong bond and only takes a couple of minutes to set so you can keep on moving. With those binding posts well and truly mounted and our input hole drilled, that's for the cable that's coming into the rooftop tent, now it's time to think about our outputs. The first ones I'm going to use are these DC outputs, so you can run things like interior lighting. Again, I'll need to drill some holes to run the wires in. Aim for an interference fit so that they're mounted firmly, and then focus on the wiring. Cut and strip each wire, check it's going to reach and work before adding a dab of glue to secure each output. With ring terminals, I'm connecting power onto the binding posts. We've got these 2 low current outputs on this side now and the hole for my inputs here. So I've had to think about it. I'm actually going to put another output on this side for a USB charger. The reason I'm using the same side is that it'll help to tuck the whole unit neatly into the corner of the tent. Your setup might work better if you use opposite ends, so have a think before you drill. So I've just given my little distribution box a bit of a test fit and figured out exactly how much of this power lead I need running into the rooftop tent. So I can cut it here now and connect it up. Using the same process with ring terminals, I'm connecting my main power leads onto the binding posts. With the input done, you can now run the power for your USB charger. Depending where you want to put it will depend on how long you need this to be. I'm actually going to run it all the way to the head end of the rooftop tent, so it's going to need to be about 2.3 meters. Using the same process with ring terminals, do the same with the longer cable that'll be your output. Finally, add the lid to the box. I'm now just going to do a final test fit to make sure that my little 12-volt distribution box and my USB charging box will be in the right positions. First, position the distribution box back under the frame, then run the wire along the edge. So it's just about perfect, maybe 6 or 8 inches too long. Now to make the USB charger, I've gone out and bought a little USB outlet with twin sockets. That's going to fit into another one of these enclosures to protect the wiring. So first, I'm going to need to cut a slot to make sure it fits. File any rough edges, and again, you'll need to add a hole for the cable. Then strip the wires and add terminals. Now it's a good idea to add heat shrink to keep these together and protect them from too much movement. Plus, add some glue if necessary. With the lid screwed down, I've completed the setup and it's time to fit it up. Then add the fuse back in, turn it on and give it a test. I've turned the power back off, and the next thing I'm going to install is this camp light to the inside of the Grand Tourer rooftop tent. I'm going to use my 12-volt distribution box down here, run the wiring up the inside to a dimmer, follow this using Velcro and tabs to hold it all up. Using adhesive-backed Velcro makes this super easy, and it allows you to take down and move the light if you need to. Because I used these DC plugs, I can simply connect up a few extensions and a dimmer, but you could hardwire this to a switch if you wanted. I'm using adhesive cable hooks and Velcro to keep the wiring and dimmer on the frame. Check it all works and do your final tidy up. I'm keeping a little extra length so that the light can be moved around if need be, but to keep it out of the way, I've wrapped it up in the corner and loosely cable tied it. How good is that? Not only do we have a dimmable light, but we've got double USB adapters at the head end of this rooftop tent. Now make sure you keep an eye out for part 2. I'm going to fit a couple of fans pivoting into the roof so you can keep cool on even the hottest nights. And again, it'll all be powered by my 12-volt distribution box. The one thing I might do differently the next time I install something like this is run this power wire into the side of my USB box so it's not on such a big angle once I've installed it into the rooftop tent. If you've got any ideas, comments, suggestions, or questions, make sure you throw them in the comments below, and as always, hit like and subscribe. Plus, make sure you check out the rest of the channel for more four-wheel driving, camping, cooking, and 12-volt tips, tricks, and techniques.